So I saw that Brock over at The Active Mind did a video called 7 Books I Need to Read the other day. And it was responding to a tag that I do not remember the name of, but I will link his video below so you can go watch it. He's a very interesting reader, someone that I sort of keep up with on YouTube, and yeah. So I thought, why not do it myself? I think I will just jump right in. The first item on the tag is a classic book that you've been meaning to read forever but haven't read yet. And I've got this 2-volume set of Theodore Dreiser's An American Tragedy. I also have a 1-volume paperback version, but I just think these are really cool. And I don't fully know what it's about. I know his other novel, Sister Carrie, I believe, was on F. Scott Fitzgerald's recommended reading list. And another thing, in this video, I have decided that as like a kind of caveat to this, or addition, or whatever the right word is, to this kind of tag, I wanted to do exclusively books that were long books. I think the shortest one on here is 550 some odd pages. And I just thought it would be interesting for me to try to remind myself of all the giant books that I want to get to, and hopefully encourage myself to get to them. The next one is just a book on your shelf that you haven't read yet. And I picked William T. Vollmann's Rising Up and Rising Down. This is the author's abridged version. I would like to kid myself into believing I could tackle the full version, which is 7-volume set published by McSweeney's, but 1 is prohibitively expensive, and 2, I just have a feeling I would never get through it. So this is subtitled Some Thoughts on Violence, Freedom, and Urgent Means. So, and it's essentially just a study of violence in all its forms. Vollmann's just a fascinating writer, and he is also the author of the next book on my list, which is a book you recently got that you haven't read yet. And I'm sort of cheating with this, if that is the right word for it, because I have 2 books, but they go together. It's not exactly a 2-volume set of a novel like what I just had with the Theodore Dreiser, but it is Imperial, which is a very, very hefty volume. But he also came out with a photo book that has photos from the same sort of... So these two go together. I don't think it's necessary that you read both of them, and this one may be a little more difficult to come by than this one is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into that. It is a nonfiction of this kind of place, this area in California and northern Mexico. And I just, once again, find Vollmann to be a fascinating writer. I've only read a couple of his books so far, and I'm currently working my way through his Carbon Ideologies, slowly but surely. And so, once I finish that, I think this will be my next nonfiction read from him anyway. A book you've had forever but haven't read yet. And that would be The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. I've read both of Tartt's other novels, and this is the shortest novel of the ones that I've got here, at 555 pages, I believe. Yeah, another writer I find very interesting. I plan on buddy reading this with my lovely girlfriend, Rachel, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know when we're going to get to it. Goal will be sometime next year. We'll have to kind of see exactly when next year that we get to it. But yes, absolutely looking forward to that one. Next one is a book a friend recommended that you haven't read. I'm choosing one that my girlfriend recommended. It is one of her favorite books, and it is Roberto Bolaño's 2666, which comes in around 900 pages, a little bit below. I think I also have the 3-volume paperback set that FSG put out, and I think that will probably be the way that I read it for portability and just to ease on the risks. This is, again, a very hefty volume, and I can just carry around essentially 1/3 of the book wherever I go and work my way through it in that manner. And this will be a next year read, almost for absolute certain. I really want to get to it, and I think prioritizing it early next year might be my best shot at doing that. The next one is a book you are procrastinating on, and for me, this was a recommendation from my friend Cody. He was reading Tagana, which is a fantasy book by Guy Gabriel Kay, and I made it about 182, 183 pages into this. If you see my bookmark there, and I've got a couple of tabs in it, and I was enjoying it. I really was. But I kind of put it aside to read other stuff, 670 some odd pages long, and I'm just not exactly in the mood for this book, and so I kind of thought that maybe I do plan on returning to it. It may be early next year, depending on how Les Mis goes in December. But yeah, it was good. I was enjoying it. I just, I've been procrastinating it, which is the tag. The next book on your TBR, which I have begun, technically, and that is The Tunnel by William H. Gass. I read the first bit. Read the first 20 pages to kind of see what it was all about. I mean, it's in my current reading stack, but it is at the bottom of it. But I'm gonna dig into this and see what it's all about. Heard a lot of great things. Heard it's challenging, so I think I'm up for that challenge, and we will soon see. I would hold up my entire stack, but I don't think my wrists could quite handle that. It is a very heavy stack, even though it is only basically 7 books. I know I inflated that slightly, but yeah. Feel free to post your response in my comments, make your own video, kind of whatever you want to do with that. Yeah, interested to see if you've read any of the books that I mentioned. Comment, let me know what you thought about them, and yeah, you can friend me over on Goodreads, follow me on Instagram, kind of whatever you want to do. I post a lot more frequently on Instagram. Pretty much every book I read gets posted to Instagram, and Goodreads, of course. So, yeah, and thanks for watching.